Have you ever noticed that some people speak only a few words? Yet everyone listens? They are not the smartest. They are not the loudest. But when they speak, rooms go quiet, opportunities open, and respect follows. What if I told you this skill can change your career, your confidence, and the way people treat you starting today? In this video, you'll learn 10 simple communication secrets used by leaders, speakers, and successful professionals in the USA. Stay with me till the end because one of these tips can completely change how people see you. Welcome to Silver Narratives. Today's video is not an ordinary lesson, it is something that can truly change your life. We are going to talk about a skill that can improve your career, increase your income, build your confidence, and change the way people see you. Take a moment and think about this. In the United States, people who speak clearly and confidently often get better jobs, earn higher salaries, and receive more respect. Whether they are in an office meeting, a job interview, a party, or a classroom, strong communication helps them stand out and succeed. You may have noticed this in real life. Sometimes we meet people who look very simple. They are not famous, not rich, and not powerful. But when they start speaking, everything changes. Their words sound confident. Their ideas feel clear. We enjoy listening to them, and we feel comfortable around them. We want to talk to them again. This happens because communication is a real superpower. It is not about looks or money. It is about how you express your thoughts and connect with others. If you want a strong personality, one that people admire, respect, and remember, you must learn one golden rule: speak clearly, speak politely, and speak with purpose. This means you should think before you speak. Your words should be simple, well organized, and easy to understand. When your mind is clear and your words are clear, your personality becomes powerful. Good communication shows intelligence, confidence, and self-respect. In this video, I will share 10 practical and easy tips that you can use in your daily life. These are not boring theories. These are real techniques that work in schools, offices, interviews, and social life in the USA. If you watch until the end and practice these tips, your communication skills will improve step by step. I truly believe this. This video will also help you improve your English listening and speaking at the same time, so stay focused and learn with me. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more useful and life-changing lessons. Now, let's begin our transformation. Tip number 1 is say without saying. This is a very powerful idea, and many people do not realize its importance. Psychology tells us that people form their first impression of you in only 7 seconds. Yes, just 7 seconds. Before you even start speaking, people have already decided many things about you, whether you look confident, friendly, professional, or trustworthy. This means your body is already communicating before your words do. Your body language, facial expressions, eye contact, posture, and energy all send strong messages. For example, imagine 2 people waiting for a job interview in the United States. Both have the same education and skills. One person is sitting with a bent back, looking at a phone, and looking tired or bored. The other person is sitting straight, shoulders relaxed, with a calm face and a gentle smile. Even before the interview starts, the second person makes a better impression. Why? Because their body language says, I am confident. I am professional. I respect myself. Always remember this: your body often speaks louder than your words. When you enter a room, Try to walk with confidence, even if you feel nervous inside. Keep a natural and friendly smile. Stand or sit straight to show strength and self-belief. Make comfortable eye contact to show honesty and connection. Avoid playing with your hands or moving too much, because it shows fear or stress. When you master this 7-second rule, you win half the success before you even speak, because people feel your energy first and then they listen to your words. Tip 2. Storytelling. Now listen carefully. If you want to touch people's hearts, inspire their minds, and stay in their memory, you must learn the art of storytelling. Storytelling is one of the most powerful communication skills, especially in the USA, where good speakers often use stories in speeches, meetings, classrooms, and even job interviews. The reason is simple: facts inform, but stories connect. When you tell a story, people listen more naturally, feel emotionally involved, and remember your message for a long time. Think about this example. If you want to teach someone the value of hard work, you could say, "Hard work is important." This sentence is true, but it is boring and easy to forget. Now imagine telling a short story instead. There was a boy named Sam who grew up in a small town with very few resources. He had no internet and often no electricity, but every night he studied under a streetlight because he dreamed of becoming a doctor. People laughed at him and said he would fail. 10 years later, Sam became a doctor and saved the lives of the same people who once made fun of him. Which message feels stronger? Which one stays in your mind? The story, of course. That is the real power of storytelling. You can use stories anywhere in a presentation, a team meeting, a classroom, or even a casual conversation. Use real-life examples and simple language. Help the listener see pictures in their mind, because the human brain loves stories. From ancient times, people have shared knowledge and wisdom through stories, long before books and technology existed. Keep your stories short but emotional. Add a little struggle and a small victory. When people see themselves in your story, they connect deeply. If you become a good storyteller, people will enjoy listening to you, learning from you, and they will remember you for a long time. Tip 3. Empathy. If you want to become a truly strong communicator, someone people trust and feel comfortable with, you must develop one very important quality: empathy. Empathy means understanding how other people feel. It is the ability to place yourself in someone else's situation and feel their emotions. It means listening with your heart, not just with your ears. Empathy is important because when people feel understood, they feel safe. They trust you. They respect you. Without empathy, communication feels cold and empty. Let's look at a simple example. Imagine you are telling a friend about stress at work. You feel tired, worried, and alone. One friend quickly says, "Don't worry about it. It's not a big deal." That friend did not really listen. But another friend listens quietly, looks at you, and says, "I can see how stressful that must be. Work pressure can be really hard. You're not alone, and I'm here if you want to talk." Which friend would you feel closer to? The second one, because empathy creates a real connection. You can show empathy by listening carefully and not interrupting. Don't rush to give advice or solutions. Sometimes people just want to feel heard. Acknowledge their feelings with simple phrases like, "I understand how that feels," or "That sounds really difficult." Be present in the moment. Put away your phone and give them your full attention. In real life, whether in leadership, sales, friendships, or relationships, the most successful people are not those who talk the most, but those who listen with empathy. When you make someone feel truly understood, you create trust that lasts a lifetime. Tip 4: The sweetest sound. One of the most beautiful secrets of powerful communication was shared by Dale Carnegie, the famous American author of How to Win Friends and Influence People. He said, "A person's name is to that person the sweetest sound in any language." This is very true. When you use someone's name correctly and kindly during a conversation, you make them feel special, respected, and important. A name is not just a word. It is connected to a person's identity, their childhood, their family, and their sense of self. When you say someone's name with warmth, you are connecting with them on a deeper level. Imagine you walk into a busy Starbucks in the United States. There is music playing, people talking, and the smell of fresh coffee in the air. You order your drink and say, "Hi, I'll have a caramel macchiato. My name is Daniel." The cashier smiles and writes it down. A few minutes later, you are standing near the counter with many other people. The barista lifts a cup and says loudly, "Caramel macchiato for Daniel. Have an awesome day, Daniel." In that moment, you feel good. You are not just a customer or an order number. You feel noticed and remembered. Such a small thing, just your name, makes the experience friendly and personal. This is the hidden magic of using names. In meetings, interviews, friendships, and daily conversations, using someone's name naturally builds connection and trust. People feel valued, and when people feel valued, they open doors for you. The key is to use names naturally, not too often. Use a name when greeting someone, when making an important point, and when ending a conversation. Always say it with sincerity, not force. In a world where everyone wants attention, remembering and using someone's name can make you truly unforgettable. Tip 5: Emotional intelligence. This tip can change your life if you truly understand and practice it. Emotional intelligence is the ability to understand your own emotions and manage them wisely, while also understanding the emotions of others. In American workplaces, relationships, and leadership roles, emotional intelligence is one of the most valuable skills. The most powerful part of emotional intelligence is learning to respond instead of react. Reacting is fast and emotional. It happens without thinking. Responding is calm, thoughtful, and intelligent. For example, imagine you are in a meeting and someone criticizes your idea in front of others. If you react, you may feel angry, your voice may change, and you might say something rude. This makes you look unprofessional. But if you respond, you stay calm. You take a breath and say, "Thank you for the feedback. I'll think about it, and we can discuss improvements together." In this case, you look confident, mature, and respectful. You protect your image and build strong relationships. The same rule applies in personal life. At home, if your partner says something hurtful during an argument, reacting with anger can make the situation worse. Responding calmly, by expressing your feelings without blame, helps solve the problem instead of creating more pain. When you control your emotions instead of letting them control you, people respect you more. Emotional intelligence helps you build trust, avoid unnecessary conflict, and grow stronger in every area of life. If you react immediately, you may start shouting or saying hurtful words, and the argument quickly becomes worse. But if you pause for a moment, take a deep breath, and stay quiet for a few seconds, everything can change. Then you can respond calmly and say, "I'm feeling hurt right now. Let's talk when we both feel calmer." In this moment, you are protecting the relationship. You are being wise, not weak. This is what emotional intelligence looks like in real life. To build emotional intelligence and learn to respond instead of react, start by pausing before you speak. Even 3 seconds can save a relationship, a job, or your self-respect. Try to name your emotion inside your mind. Are you feeling angry, sad, jealous, or insecure? When you label your emotion, it loses some of its power over you. Then ask yourself a simple question: what is the best response that will help this situation? Always remember your bigger goal. Winning a small argument means nothing if you lose a relationship. Great leaders, strong speakers, and excellent communicators all share one quality: they stay calm under pressure and choose their words carefully. Emotional intelligence is inner strength that creates outer influence. Tip 6: The echoing technique. If you want to become a truly memorable communicator, you should learn the echoing technique. Echoing means repeating a small part of what the other person just said, using a warm and natural tone. This simple technique works because it shows that you are truly listening. It tells the other person that their words matter and encourages them to share more. For example, a friend says, "I've been feeling very stressed at work lately." Instead of giving advice, you gently reply, "Stressed at work." This small response invites them to continue. They might say, "Yes, my manager keeps giving me impossible deadlines." The conversation becomes deeper without any effort. Another example, a colleague says, "I finally finished the project after 3 months." You reply, "3 months? That sounds like a huge project." Now they feel proud and understood, and they want to share more. With just a few words, you made them feel important. The key is to repeat only one keyword or emotion, not the whole sentence. Use a curious and friendly tone, not a robotic one. In negotiations, sales, leadership, and even personal relationships, echoing is a hidden superpower. When people feel understood, they become more open, cooperative, and trusting. Tip 7: Voice modulation. You may have the best words in the world, but if your voice sounds flat, dull, or robotic, people will quickly lose interest. Your voice is like music, and good communication needs rhythm and emotion. Voice modulation means changing your pitch, speed, and pauses while speaking to keep your listener engaged. Pitch is how high or low your voice sounds. If your voice is always high, you may sound nervous or irritating. If it is always low, you may sound boring or sleepy. Strong communicators naturally change their pitch. They use a higher pitch when they are excited and a lower pitch when they are serious. For example, when sharing a success story, your voice becomes brighter and more energetic. When talking about struggle or lessons, your voice becomes calmer and deeper. Pace is the speed of your speech. Speaking too fast can make people feel stressed, while speaking too slowly can make them lose interest. Change your speed depending on your message. Use a faster pace for excitement and energy, and a slower pace for important or emotional moments. Finally, learn the power of pauses. A short pause after an important sentence allows your words to sink in. Silence, when used correctly, can be more powerful than sound. Feel the suspense. Respect your message. Sometimes the smallest decisions can change your entire life. When you pause like this, your words gain weight. These short moments of silence pull the audience in and make them listen more closely. This is why top TED Talk speakers sound so powerful. They do not rush. They use their voice like music. It feels like they are telling a story, not reading from a boring script. When you master your voice, you don't just share information, you touch people's hearts. Tip 8: The broken record technique. Have you ever dealt with someone who refuses to accept no? They keep arguing, pushing, and making you uncomfortable. In these situations, one of the strongest communication tools is the broken record technique. This technique means calmly repeating your main point again and again, without anger or emotion, until the other person understands that you are serious. This method is powerful because it shows confidence without aggression. It protects your personal boundaries and forces others to respect your decision. The key is to stay calm and polite, without explaining too much or getting emotional. For example, imagine someone at a party keeps pushing you to drink alcohol. They say, "Come on, just one drink." You reply calmly, "No thanks, I'm not drinking tonight." They try again, "Don't be boring." You smile and repeat, "No thanks, I'm not drinking tonight." After a few repetitions, most people stop because you didn't argue or lose control. You stayed firm and respectful. The same technique works in professional situations. In a business negotiation, a client may ask for extra services without extra payment. You simply repeat, "We'd be happy to help, but that would require an additional fee." You don't argue or over-explain. You stay calm and professional. Over time, people respect you more because you show confidence, clarity, and self-control. Tip 9: Humor. Humor is not just about telling jokes. It is about adding warmth, lightness, and human connection to your communication. Humor breaks tension, makes people feel comfortable, and creates instant bonding. When people smile or laugh with you, they trust you more, and trust is the foundation of strong communication. Using humor does not mean becoming silly or making fun of others. It means being relatable and sometimes laughing at yourself. For example, in a serious job interview, when asked about a mistake, you could say with a light smile, "Just one mistake? I've made a few." Then you smoothly share your real answer. This small moment relaxes the interviewer and makes you memorable. In a tense meeting or negotiation, a gentle joke can soften the room. Imagine everyone looks serious and stressed, holding cups of coffee. You smile and say, "With this much coffee, I think we're also negotiating caffeine levels today." People laugh, tension melts, and the conversation becomes easier. Humor opens minds and lowers defenses. Even in public speaking, humor helps people connect. If you start a talk on teamwork by saying something light and relatable, people listen with more interest. They feel you are human, not just a speaker giving a lecture. When used wisely, humor makes your message stronger, your personality warmer, and your communication unforgettable. Use humor wisely. Make gentle jokes about yourself, not about other people. Notice funny moments in the situation around you and share them naturally. Never insult anyone, and never force a joke if it doesn't feel right. When people laugh with you, they feel relaxed. When they feel relaxed, they trust you. And when people trust you, they listen to you and follow your lead. Smart humor makes you warm, human, and unforgettable. Tip 10: Vulnerability. Vulnerability means being honest, open, and real about your feelings, experiences, and mistakes without pretending to be perfect. Many people believe vulnerability is a weakness, but in reality, it is one of the strongest communication skills you can have. When you show your real self, people feel closer to you. They trust you more, respect you more, and connect with you on a deeper level. The truth is, everyone is fighting a silent battle inside. When people see your honesty, they feel less alone. Vulnerability becomes a bridge between hearts. Vulnerability is powerful because it builds instant trust. When you open up, others feel safe to open up too. It makes you relatable, because nobody's life is perfect. It also shows confidence, because only a strong person can admit mistakes without fear. Most importantly, vulnerability creates emotional impact. When you share real struggles, lessons, or emotions, people don't just listen, they feel. And when people feel something, they remember you. However, vulnerability does not mean oversharing everything or turning every conversation into a sad story. It is about sharing the right real story, at the right time, in the right way to create connection, not pity. For example, imagine you are giving a motivational talk. You could say, "I've always been successful, and life has been great." People might admire you for a moment, but they won't feel connected. Now imagine you say, "5 years ago, I lost my job. My bank account was empty. One night, I sat in my small kitchen staring at instant noodles, realizing that was all I could afford. I felt broken. But that night, I made a decision to start again. Step by step, I rebuilt my life. I'm here today not because I never failed, but because I learned how to stand up after falling many times." What happens then? The audience leans in. Some feel emotional. Some feel hope. Many see themselves in your story. You don't sound like a superhero. You sound like a warrior, and people admire warriors because they are real. To use vulnerability wisely, follow a simple approach. Choose a real moment from your life, such as a struggle or failure. Be honest, but keep it clear and meaningful. Focus on the lesson, not only the pain. Share it naturally, as if you are talking to a trusted friend. Always end with hope and growth. Remember, walls keep people out, but vulnerability invites people in. True communication is not about impressing others with big words. It is about connecting heart to heart. You don't need to be perfect to communicate well. You just need to be real, present, and sincere. If you practice these 10 tips every day, you will not only improve the way you speak, but also change how people feel when they listen to you. Your words will become powerful, inspiring, and memorable. If you apply these ideas, you will see results in your career, your relationships, and your confidence. Always remember, communication is not only about what you say, it's about how you make others feel. So speak clearly, speak confidently, and most importantly, speak from the heart. Thank you for watching. If this video helped you, please like, share, and subscribe for more practical lessons on mastering communication. Now go out and speak your truth. The world is ready to hear it. Remember this one truth before you go. Communication is not about sounding perfect. It's about making people feel understood, respected, and inspired. When you speak with clarity, empathy, humor, and honesty, your words stop being just words. They become influence. Practice these 10 tips every day. Not to impress people, but to connect with them. Because real communication is not mind to mind. It's heart to heart. If this video helped you, please like, share, and subscribe to Silver Narratives, where calm stories build strong minds and confident voices. Now go out into the world and speak with confidence. Speak with purpose. And most importantly, speak from the heart. The world is listening.